Är vi redo mina kompisar?
Under Sportfiskemässan 2024 tog jag tillfället i akt att få prata med några av dem som byggt upp den fina bransch vi har idag.
Hur mycket deg drar en av Sveriges bästa båtförsäljare in? Erkänner du att det var kaxigt?
Ja, herregud.
Ja, jädrar du. Du anar inte.
Jag gräver bakom fasaden på sociala medier och får många fina samtal.
Them look really good. How come you got it all?
Vad kul, vilken bra fråga.
Ja, kungen och kamma.
Jag orkar inte med dig, Stefan!
Stort tack för allt ni gör. Varmt välkommen ska du vara till Leijons soffhäng.
And our 10 minutes with the very famous Sean Wit starts now. Welcome to Sweden.
Thanks.
How are you?
Yeah, good. It's good to be back.
Good?
Yeah.
Is this the first time at a sport fishing show for
Yeah, I
you?
was supposed to attend last year, but I had like a little accident, so I couldn't attend with, a big freight ship and
That little accident.
yeah, a little accident. But my leg is fully recovered now, so it's good to be back. Yeah. And like I said, I was supposed to be here fishing already, but the winter is a bit more harsh than
a little
expected.
bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Just a little
But it's
bit.
opening up, so it's good.
Yeah.
And I got all the Swedes around me, like also on the Savage Gear booth where I'm at this weekend. Everybody is pumped up because the ice is finally clearing. So,
I know. Tuesday for me, that's gonna be fun.
I'm a little jealous. I like the fishing in the Netherlands, but I would love to be fishing here just after the ice because
Yeah.
it's just, yeah.
But let's get going.
Yeah.
So you are both very talented, polite, and look really good. How come you got it all?
You have to ask my mom, I guess. Why.
But, she did good?
Nah, I don't know about the good-looking part and also the talented part. I mean, I just try to do what I like to do, and I'm really I'm a pike nerd. I'm just, I fish for other species as well, but pike fishing for me is the thing that gets me going. And yeah, over the years it has developed into something that I can make a living out. And yeah, I just found my way, and I consider myself very lucky, but at the same time, I also realized that I worked very hard for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't come easy.
So what do you work with?
What do you work with? You mean?
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you making your
Oh,
money
my
out
money
of?
with? Yeah. Several things actually. I used to do a bit more guiding. I used to work for a big company, was a project manager. But then the fishing got really big, and then it was like at a turning point. You either want to have a high career at the company, or do you want to go all in fishing? And at the time I was still young, and I was like,
How
if
young?
I think when I left, I think I was like 34 or something like that. So still like relatively safe to make a jump.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't work, I could jump back on the ship into the corporate world.
Yeah.
But I was tired of being into the IV of corporate money, just you get safe, easy money every single month. So I jumped into the whole fishing industry, and at the time it was fairly uncommon to ask money for certain things. Like back then it was, you do all kinds of stuff for us, but we give you some free lures, and you can't pay your mortgage with it, you can't do anything fun with, you can't go to a restaurant and pay in soft bait. So
No.
that was a bit of a change. Luckily the industry has evolved a bit. So I work for multiple brands, and it's
cool.
good. Yeah, it's good. And I used to do a little bit of guiding, but I slowed it down a little bit more. I like the freedom more to do my own thing instead of having to do the results. And you still get high expectations when people pay you a lot of money to go out on the water. So yeah. So the free fishing and also the content creation for brands and stuff, that's what I like the most. Yeah.
You've been in the business for a long time,
Yeah.
creating videos.
I feel like a veteran now with all the young
You
kids
are.
walking around.
You are. I've been interviewing Pike Hero kids, like the little YouTube show,
They
but
grow
they are
up.
no grown up,
Yeah.
like 23 years old.
Look at Andreas, he's a grown man now.
I know, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
But how come Värmland became so special for you? You even made like the tribute to Dalsland.
Yeah, we used to fish a lot in Dalsland, and the Värmland fishing started to catch up on us a little. But in the Netherlands you have a closed season, so it closes from the 1st of April until the end of May. So usually it was like an escape to Sweden, and these Dutch guys would go to Sweden to get their pike fixed for just 1 or 2 weeks and then go back to the Netherlands and ride it out until the season opens again. But it started off in the the archipelago near Stockholm, Västervik for instance, the infamous place. But now Värmland started, Tommy Nerstrand, the fishing guide over there, he tipped a friend of mine about the pike fishing on Värmland. Yeah, it's probably a good place to fish. Not a single pike angler we met there. No Swedish guys were fishing there. If we met Swedish guys, they were fishing for salmon.
And when was this?
Oh, that was like 2009.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then we had the whole place to ourselves. And back then, it was bay fishing. And if you would fish the bays, if it worked, it worked.
Yeah.
But if it didn't work, then you were like, yeah, it's a shitty day. And then the structure fishing picked up as well, more in the open water. And I fished a bit with Tommy Magnussen back then, who did it a bit. And yeah, it catched on. And I think in 2018, when we won the Predator Tour, it just completely exploded, because that was also like a similar year like this year. The ice was there for fairly long, like mid-April there were still sheets of ice floating around, and then the fishing was just crazy. But for like 3 months in a row, it was insane fishing over there, and that caught up on social media, etc. And now it's, I think, one of the most popular destinations in Sweden. Understandable, but yeah.
But how many times have you won the Predator Tour?
We won it in Sweden. We always had like top 10 finishes in every single edition that we fished. Nowadays we don't compete because it's in September. It's not the ideal fishing that I like, and I mean it's a bit controversial, but it's a lot of live fishing these days on Värmland as well. And I like to do my fair share of live fishing as well. But if I have to choose, I would just look at the map, cast, and get the unexpected. But I also want to compete, and I think like competing in a tournament where live fishing is so dominant, it's not really my thing. So if I have to pick and reserve a week for the tournament and some pre-fishing, I have a lot of other stuff to do. So that's why.
But in that, your top 5 fish, you had an average of 120, right? Is that right?
No, 114 if I'm correct.
Oh my God, an average of 114 on 5 fish. How big was the biggest?
Was it back then? Yeah.
But the year before then, didn't you catch like 127 and 124
yeah,
or something? And that was, at least the photos were from the shallow part. Like,
yeah, we caught fish
bay.
shallow.
Oh
yeah? Well, yeah.
So was this before you started fishing the structure, or did you just try to fool all your...
We started doing structure fishing on sunny days and calm conditions, like full sun. And we went into a bay and we saw the pike literally swimming outside towards the bay. I'm like, what's going on, And we fished the bays a little, nothing at all. And then I was like, okay, it's ideal conditions to try out these rocky structures and just see if we can find fish on the deeper area. And then it was just amazing. But I do think back then, the fish were kind of stupid, if you know what I mean. They would just go after anything. So you wouldn't have to make the perfect cast close to a drop-off or a rock. It was usually like, if you were like 10 meters off or 50 meters off, they would come from a long distance and hit it anyway.
Wow.
And nowadays I think they are like way more hesitant and way more pressured. And so you do see the effect of fishing pressure on the lake. But it is what it is. I'm coming from the Netherlands, so I'm used to fishing pressure.
A lot of pressure there.
Yeah, 100 boats, like Holland's Diep and Haringvliet. 100 boats on the lake is like an average day. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Long traffic jams on the boat ramp.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But are you that famous that you get to write autographs when you're refueling the boats?
Nah. I do take a lot of photos with guys this weekend as well, which is fun.
Yeah.
And you also see it at the Savage Gear booth, the young kids especially, they come up and they're a bit shy, and then you see that they're looking and they're like, yeah, come over, man, and then they want to have a photo and stuff. It's weird. In some way as well, when I'm in the Netherlands at a party, for instance, and then a guy comes up without a shirt, and sweaty and stuff. Hey man, shouldn't you be out fishing? I'm like, oh. Okay. So even in those locations, you get recognized sometimes, which is fun. It's
is it fun, or can it be annoying when you're?
It's not at a level that it's annoying now. But yeah, sometimes you're out with your friends and you don't want to talk about fishing, and then people still continue talking about it. But that's okay. It comes with the job. So
it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But we were talking a little about that accident a year ago, but there was what happened?
Oh,
just a short one.
Oh, the short version.
Yeah.
It's quite ironic. It's the last fish that I caught in my old boat, but it was a 15-kilo pike.
Oh wow!
And we had it in the net, and far away I saw a big freight ship coming in, and I moved the boat out of the way in what, in my opinion, at that time was okay. We're in the safe zone. I saw the boat coming in, and I happened to have like a vertical video where I filmed the fish and my buddy for just some friends, and then you see the ship coming in the distance, but the ship was coming this way and we were like that, and you could see the trajectory. Like, okay, we're fine. Got the fish back out when we were on spot lock, tried to make some photos, and then my buddy was like, yeah, there's some weird shadow with the rod, let me put the rod down. And then we looked towards the side, and like, I don't know, 20, 30 meters away, big freight ship, like 85 meters long, came in full speed. And they didn't recognize us. There were 3 men on board. They weren't paying attention, and we made the assumption that we were safe, but we weren't. And then it drove fully over us, and it hit me on my side. I didn't know at the time, and just got knocked over, got underneath the ship. And for a second, I thought, this is it. I'm done.
Oh.
And after that second, the survival instinct kicked in, and I was like, there's only one way out, and that's downwards. I need to get away as fast as possible because I wasn't afraid of the ship. I was afraid of the propeller in the back.
Of course.
And in my mind was like I need to swim, and it felt like it lasted forever. But it also was like the anxiety of okay, any moment I could get hit by the prop. And at the time I didn't know it, but I broke my leg already. And luckily I had these big winter boots on. But I removed my laces 2 weeks prior, so they weren't tied shut. So my boots just popped off, and that allowed me to swim downwards. So it happened in a really unlucky way, but I was super lucky how I managed to escape and get out. Yeah.
But you're recovered now.
Yeah, it works properly as well. Yeah.
And have this changed your way of looking at fishing? Like now when you're fishing, do you value something differently? Like, do you think of something different?
Well, besides the renewed respect for big freight ships, yeah, it's not like a mind-blowing new. I enjoy stuff more because I do feel that when I was outside on the lake or in Sweden, I get to enjoy it a lot as well. What I did realize is that the recovery went really fast, but I worked hard for it. But when I was in Sweden after a couple of weeks fishing again, and it wasn't like it should have been. I was still walking around with a crutch sometimes. But I did appreciate the fact that I was still here and I was able to enjoy what I do and be out on the lake again. And especially that it couldn't have, ended in a much worse way. In the end, I got a broken boat and a good story to tell, and luckily no one else got injured. But
What about your buddy in the boat? He's okay?
Yeah, he was sitting in the back. He was trying to start the engine real quick. He got knocked backwards, but he was able to pull himself back up. And he stayed in the boat, and the freight ship came in like this, and he pushed the boat away like that. And he is a tough guy. He works for the fire department, so he has a lot of,
cool.
He has been in shitty situations before, but he did tell me that this situation was different because it was like on a personal level. And from his professional experience, he was like, I was gone. And in his mind was, okay, we need to find the body, the remains, because, and
I'm almost sweaty from this story.
Yeah. He had a couple of days where he needed to reset with the whole experience. Yeah, it was different for me because I was in the survival mode myself. But if it was the other way around, I probably would have been a bit shaky the days after as well. But then again, it's luckily a happy end. So
we're very happy you're here, and I'm very sad that already the 10 minutes passed.
Oh shit, yeah.
But you gotta answer one last question.
Ooh.
It's your destiny. So
Really?
read it out loud.
Read it out loud, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's in Swedish.
Yes.
Vilket är det resta köp?
Yeah.
What is the last thing you bought? Something like that?
Most expensive.
Oh, most expensive thing I bought.
Yeah. That was good.
Oh yeah, I
That was-
try to.
I'm impressed.
You know what the thing with Swedish is? Sometimes I try to learn it,
Yeah.
and then you go to a gas station or a restaurant, you try to pronounce it, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's so sad. He's trying. I will switch towards English." I'm like, "Oh, I'm learning how to try." But, yeah. Oh, the most expensive thing I bought.
And say it in Swedish.
Oh no, I can't do it. In fishing, I guess, right?
Whatever. Not a house or a car.
Nah, that's boring.
Yeah.
I think my fishing boat now, the new boat that I got. Yeah, for sure. I put
boat
so
is
much
it?
money in it. It's a custom-made boat from Elite Boats, but it's designed and built in the way that I, from all the experiences over the year. I used to use a tiller, but fishing out on Värmland in a tiller with cold water splashing in your face. So I switched towards the double console, which is good.
Cool.
But the time, and especially the time and the effort, and also the money that you pour into it. It's been a long project, and I want to do it good straight away. Yeah, sank a lot of money in that one, but and a lot of time and effort, which I could have
But
spent.
now you will catch so big fish when you put that much money into a boat.
Yeah, the pressure is high. So.
Okay. Sean, thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
being here.
Good to be here.
Woo! Sean Wit, very famous.
Thank you.